So, the WNBA GOAT, Breanna Taurasi, is injured. She's been injured for a while and she has been listed as out for the last few games. And it's looking like it's unlikely that she plays tomorrow against the Indiana Fever. I assume Brittany Griner is going to play. I just realized is Breanna Taurasi wearing a number... Is their number gone on that jersey? That is very strange. The number 1 is just gone from the jersey. So obviously she wears number 3, and that is very clearly a number 13 jersey. If you just saw there, I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, she has been injured, and she's obviously meant to be playing Caitlin Clark tomorrow night. Before we get on to it, if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe. We're trying to hit 20.2 thousand subscribers by the end of the day, and right now we are 95 off. So when it comes to Taurasi, there are 2 big things. She's obviously got to play one absolutely massive game tomorrow that I don't see her playing. I don't see her playing. The reason why I don't see her playing it is that, look, this is a team that's going to make the playoffs anyway. They're not going to be... If you look at the WNBA standings, individual games don't really matter for the Phoenix Mercury. They don't matter. The Phoenix Mercury are way off 5th. Actually, you know what? They're only 2 games off the Storm. The Storm are on a not the greatest run either. But they are 2 games off the Storm. But they're also 2.5 games above the Sky. And neither the Sky or the Fever are going to catch them. Neither of those teams are going to catch the Mercury. The Mercury are going to be fine. They're on a 3-game win streak. Wait, they won? Oh, yeah, sorry. They beat the Wings last night. They're on a 3-game win streak. And they're going to be cemented in that 6th spot. They might fluke it above the Seattle Storm, but I think they're going to be in that 6th spot. I don't think there's going to be much question there. I think with the way the standings are going to go, you can see there's only 2.5 games back there. The Aces will 100% overtake the Lynx. There's a legitimate possibility that by the end of the year, the Aces are number 1. And then obviously Age is guaranteed her MVP there. But I don't see her playing this game. Like, as big as it is, they've had the moment. They've had the moment. Like, they're playing tomorrow again. 12:30 my time, so 7:30 Eastern time. The last time they played was one of the biggest games ever. Caitlin Clark almost with a triple-double. She only did a 15, if I'm not mistaken, in that game. Yeah, Leah Boston 17, 16 for Kelsey Mitchell, 12 for Nicholas Smith, and 10 for Temi. So this was a game where you're like... And again, they held Kat Copper to 7 points in that game, which is crazy. On 15 shots. But you're looking, and it's... She's already had the big game. The passing in a torch moment has already happened. That game was heated. That game was a great game of basketball. It just straight up was a really, really good game of basketball. So I think that it's highly unlikely Taurasi plays tomorrow. When it comes to the Olympics, is a different story. So you can see Breanna Stewart apparently is day-to-day with a leg injury, but she did not play yesterday. And she's still listed as out. And even... says here, Rebecca Allen is available and still on the injured list, so they obviously didn't change that up. So, Breanna Stewart being day-to-day on it, it's obviously we don't know how bad the injury is. It's unlikely if it is anything bad, people would say anything. But Breanna Stewart would have had to have snapped her Achilles to not be playing in the Olympics. I just really want to say that. I really want to say that. And it's the same thing with Napheesa Collier. Is I think these teams are being careful. You don't need, like, this is Taurasi's, you never know how long Taurasi's going to go for. But Breanna Taurasi's kind of coming towards the end of her career. She is one of the greatest, if not the greatest of all time. And this is going to be her last Olympics. So, like, any coach that is going to risk putting her on the floor to jeopardize that, well, no coach is going to do that. I doubt Taurasi plays a game until the All-Star game, and I think she only plays that just to get practice with Team USA. Like, she has been part of the furniture in Team USA for 20 years. So, like, she's going to be, this is her 6th Olympic Games. She's probably going to win her 6th gold. And, look, she's not the worst player on that team right now. As of this point right now, Chelsea Gray is the worst player on that team. Again, prime Chelsea Gray obviously is without question a starting point guard, but she's not. She's injured right now. So, yeah, that is going to be interesting for tomorrow. It does take a little bit of hype out of the game. It does take a bit of the hype out of the Caitlin Clark versus Taurasi game rematch. Probably not going to be a Caitlin Clark versus Taurasi game. And then same with, it's highly, highly, highly unlikely that what's her name, Fee Collier plays for the Lynx. It's very unlikely that Fee Collier plays that game. And we see it again when it comes to... We'll see it again when it comes to the Wings game. Like, the Wings are going to be a little bit more tough than people think. I'm telling you, the Wings are genuinely going to be a bit more tough than people think. But I still see... I see the Fever being the favourites to win tomorrow. I think if what's her name is going to have to play out of her mind, Kat Copper. And I think that to win the game, they're going to have to maybe put somebody else on Caitlin Clark to not tire out Copper, like they did the last game. I don't think it was a smart decision by Nate Tibbetts to waste your best offensive player as a defender. But yeah, I think there's a 0, and I mean 0% chance. So a lot of people have been talking about this injury being like, okay, is this the time where Clark makes the Olympics team? Look, I don't think she does. I don't think there's any way she makes it. The only chance I thought she was going to make is if Chelsea Gray was injured for the Olympics, and she hasn't been injured for the Olympics. I still think I made a video talking about how I think Team USA had messed up. I thought they had messed up big time, and not even about the whole getting viewers on it. I just think that Caitlin Clark is the best point guard in the WNBA right now. Again, prime Chelsea Gray is prime Chelsea Gray. Prime Chelsea Gray, you could argue, is a top 5 player, or top 3 or 4 player in the WNBA. Chelsea Gray has not been right since coming back from injury. She's not. This is not prime Chelsea Gray. It straight up is not prime Chelsea Gray, and I don't think anyone can say any differently to that one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think that Taurasi is going to play tomorrow? I think that if this was the first time that Taurasi was playing Caitlin, I think Taurasi would play. I think she'd play that game. I think she would. I don't think she's going to play because they've already played each other. That's all I'm going to say. I think that they've already played. It's not the craziest thing in the world. It's not going to have the hype of the first game. Heck, the first game they played was one of the most hyped games of the season, including the first Angel Reese versus, or not even the first, the third Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark game. So obviously the hype that Dan Taurasi has brought into that game. But I just think the rematch is probably not going to be the same. The passing the torch moment happened, and I do think that she's going to play in the Olympics. She's not playing tomorrow. That's my prediction.